What's up, guys? Today we're here with Nick, one of my JV partners, where we just recently closed over in a population in Mansfield, Illinois, of about 800 and 900 people, closed a $10,000 deal. Okay, so today we're gonna kind of break down a little bit what Nick's process is, how he found the deal, how we sold it for him. He didn't have to do a damn thing. And a little bit about his journey, how he's closing deals nationwide all over the country, so you guys can too. All right, ready? Good to go?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's do it. So, okay. Deals in Mansfield, Illinois. And for people that don't know, you guys can look this up. It genuinely is a population of 800 and 900 people, middle of fucking nowhere. Kind of break it down for me. Where did this lead come from? Like, which source, in a sense? Like, how did you get this lead?
Yeah. So honestly, I was actually doing SMS just because I was working at the time. So I was just blasting out text as much as possible. And honestly, I was just doing it like, hey, just send out many texts. Somebody's going to say yes.
Yeah.
This one came from straight SMS. I mean, I was blasting out a lot. And I was like, you know what? I'm from Illinois. I'm from Chicago. I know people, man, I tried Windy City at first. But I mean, it's just people were just talking. I'm like, you know, let's go to places that that aren't too heavy. And then I remember your video, you were saying like novations, you could do it wherever. It could be 5 people there and you could do a novation deal. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you know what, let's just send it all over Illinois. And I landed in Mansfield with 800 people.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So we were doing SMS. The lead responded saying yes. And then kind of walk me through that. From there, lead said yes. You saw it was in the middle of fucking nowhere, but you still hopped on the phone with them. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you ended up locking him up under contract, right? First.
Yep. I locked him on a contract, and in all honesty, I just really didn't know too much about the novation, how it runs and how it works. And I know in your videos you're like, hey, JV with me, just to get a little more experience. And I was like, hey, if they call him, that means I'm doing my numbers good and everything. I kind of see the process out. So once I locked him up, I already knew. I'm like, hey, I'm going to Tyler already. So I see straight to you.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, so we got the deal from SMS, went in, locked the deal up on your own. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you locked it up originally as like a wholesale, and then our team went in and we converted it to the novation docs and everything, right?
No, so I did it as I was going to do it as a novation because it was a rental home for the owner. They weren't in Illinois. So it was a tenant in there. So I knew it was going to be novation because we thought it was going to be really, really nice on the inside. So I knew it was going to be novation. I just didn't, honestly. I did have to change the paperwork a little bit for you guys just helping me out. But yeah, it was novation from jump.
Okay, awesome, cool. So SMS lead came in, said yes, got him on the phone, locked him up with the intention of doing the novation. How did you kind of pitch it? Did you pitch it? Or how did that kind of look or work?
Oh man, the pitch, man. Honestly, I've had so many hours of being on your TikTok. I mean, I practiced my pitch probably 1,000 times, and honestly, once your TikTok gives out so much game on, like, I'm a great salesman. I really do. I've been in sales my entire life, but it's also how you sound things and how you pronounce it and how you speak. But yeah, so mostly what I did, exactly what you say on your videos, man. First thing, do the cash offer. You already know they're gonna say no. Don't give them any time to be like, oh no, get off the phone, go straight into the, hey, but I have this second offer for you. What we can do, market it out to our exclusive buyers, right? You don't have to pay anything. You'll walk away with this net to you. You don't have to worry about anything. We do everything for you. Literally keep it short and simple. They were like, hey, yeah, I mean, that sounds perfect. They didn't really have any hesitation. They were like, man, you're the first person to actually give me a decent offer. So yeah. Again, with the pitch, exactly word for word, exactly what your videos say. And I mean, it worked perfectly.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad to hear. And for most of you guys that are new, or maybe you haven't JV'd with me yet, the way we kind of do it and what we did with Nick here was, once you get the deal, you don't even need to have the deal locked up. I believe there's some leads you've even submitted to us before that they weren't even locked up, and we just locked them up for you. Not all of them go through, right? But we'll still lock them up for you, get the novation, and take everything on. Okay, so like how the JV process works in a sense is, the reason it's powerful is, I mean, like, again, right? It's in the Mansfield, Illinois, 800 and 900 people. You're like, what the fuck do I do with this, right? Even if it's your first deal, just to kind of learn the ropes like you did, Nick, right? Just submit it, right? Because if you submit it, we walk you through the process. We give you updates along the way. We answer any questions you have. We do the whole thing for you. We have a full-time team, dispo, transaction coordinators that literally do everything nationwide. And so it's a whole built-out system for you, right? I mean, I know, Nick, you submitted a decent amount of leads, but you still have your own thing. There's some people even that run their entire business off of solely us selling all their deals. So all they do is just lock them up. That's all they do. And they forget about it. And when it hits closing, they get their check, right? Not everyone does that. That's part of the, kind of how we work here. So I'm glad we were able to get this worked out. I mean, kind of now break it down for me, right? So for people that are listening, this is just one deal, right? I know you're closing other deals and whatnot, but like the one deal, kind of break down your process, right? Because again, there's a lot of people starting out, they're kind of just beginning their journey, right? You're about what, 7 months in, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, well, I've been a little bit longer, but honestly, it's to me, it's just a mindset, right? I remember one of your associates called me and he was like, "Hey, what are you trying to make on this Mansfield deal?" And I said, "Hey, man, to be honest with you, I just need to see it go across the finish line." Because at the beginning, I was in my beginning stage of just like, and just want to see something close. So I know people are sometimes with the wholesale innovation, we see the big numbers, but you like in some of your videos, man, you said you have to get the process down. Once you get the process down, everything will get. And I was like, "Hey, man, I know I get a couple, just give me 1 or 2 deals. I move it to inbound. And I know you call it the Holy Grail. So I'm like, hey, I'll go into inbound. And from there, I learned. But yeah, I would just definitely say like, just let the deal go to the finish line. No matter if you make 1,000, 2,000, 20,000, just let the finish line. You get that confidence, like, man, I closed the deal. So,
yeah, it's the philosophy of like, let's close as many as humanly possible. And along the way, right, those natural, 30, 40, 50, 100K deals will just naturally come, right? There's a lot of people, like you're saying, that are like, oh, it's an estimated 10K spread or estimated 5K spread. Most people are like, oh, I'll just pass up on it. Sometimes that 5K spread, it might be 5K, or sometimes it can turn into 20 or 30, right? You never know, but it's the whole point of the process. If you get it down, you build that skill set where you can literally just sell any deal, right? And now you have the upper advantage across everyone else. So it's really good. Okay, so explain to me kind of what you're doing now then. I know previously when you first got that lead, you were doing SMS. What are you currently doing now? Like, what's your process look like?
So after sending all those JVs to you, and just to kind of go back to, I want to take a step back to like people that are in the beginning. I would send all the JVs to you to be more confident on my numbers too, right? And the great thing is, so I am working with agents now on the Novation, and they're like, hey, why did you gray out the price? And you're like, so on your video, you're like, hey, when I send vacuums over to the realtor, gray out the price because you don't want them to be biased at all. You want them to be the actual number. So she's like, man, you're the first person to do that. But yeah, it's so, I mean, again, I can't go back to say, watch your TikTok videos. It's literally all I watched for probably a month straight. But now, so I actually finished up all my SMS. I bought a whole bunch of leads. I just wrapped them up. And I mean, luckily I had my biggest month in February.
Awesome, bro.
So closing about 50,000. So it was huge month. I'm
awesome, bro.
And blessed. But I mean, in all honesty, man, I literally use everything I do, from contracts to my pitches to running my numbers. Everything is what you talk about on TikTok. I don't do anything different. And once you had that Mansfield one, I just had more confidence because you gave me the confidence to be like, okay, your numbers are right. You kind of know what you're doing, and then lock it up, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's not. And you, I think you said in your videos too, you're like, hey man, stop like second guessing yourself. Just do it. So that's what I kept telling myself. Yeah. Yeah.
Just do it. Worst case, contract gets canceled. You learn.
Worst case scenario.
100%. That's awesome.
And I think honestly, I think I sent you over 11 contracts. And the crazy thing is, 10 of them got canceled. But I was like, man, I don't care. As long as he said my numbers were good and it was a potential. And now, mind you, I don't want to say that. The counties, the cities we're working in were very, very small. I think one of them was it started with a C. What was the one?
Cairo.
And I think it's like 100 people there or something like that.
Yeah, not Cairo, Egypt, Cairo, Illinois. Yeah, like no one knows what that is. But yeah, I mean, it's good because you learn, right? Like, for example, I think there was maybe like 2 or 3 deals that we sent, and it was like the price points were like 2K. And the issue with it is like we had people go out there and it was like the price point is just so small that there's no room to make a spread, right? You live and you learn. There's just things like that you learn from that, again, right? The proven process showed it, right? It wasn't like, oh, is this just because of my process? No, it's a proven process. We saw. Now you lived and you learn and you know how to make the tweaks and adjustments. Cool. Awesome. That's crazy though. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard anyone doing anything crazy or anything close to that where it's $50,000 off of just completely free content, whether it's mine or other ones, right? I mean, that's pretty fucking insane. I don't think I've heard, unless someone can do more than that and improve it. I don't know, but that's crazy off of just free content.
I can say this to myself, man, I have spent probably at minimum $12,000 on learning wholesaling and like innovation type thing. And I've even paid for a service where they provide the leads for you. And by far your videos are like top notch, bro. I mean, it literally, like when the contracts, like I was working with the agent and I didn't let her know I was brand new to this, but like documents came in, I'm AIF. You said I go back to the video, I'll literally say, all right, John Doe,
Exactly. Yeah.
AIF. I'm
Exactly. Yeah.
while I have this up in there, offer comes in. I had a one spread that was like, man, 31,000. And you were like, hey, just tell the seller, just be like, hey, this is not including fees and stuff. I know you see that at a higher price. I'm literally, man, I'm telling you, like, if you could take it, I wish I could have recorded everything. You'll be like, man, this is literally what I say on videos. I mean, I'm telling you, bro, I watched their videos over 100 times, easily.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. I'm so glad I could help. Awesome. Another thing too, I do want to mention for everyone that's out there, if you're thinking about submitting deals, whether it's like Nick's in the middle of nowhere, or even if it's in a big area and you just want us to novate it for you, if you go to jvdeals.org, it's a new website. What's kind of cool about it actually is you can now put in what you think the list price is going to be, and it tells you exactly what to get the seller for, or like have a estimated asking price target. If they're asking that price or lower, send it through and it's automatically qualified. Okay, so just a little update for that. jvdeals.org, if you guys want to send new leads or deals to have us novate them, 100%, go ahead into that website and do it. Other than that though, I mean, it's pretty cool. Is there anything else that you want to say for anyone that's beginning? I know you're kind of a little bit past that beginning stage now with what we're making, but I mean, I feel like we're kind of just breaking into that part where we're making money. What would you kind of tell the audience?
Man, the one thing I would say is if anybody asks me like doing the first deal, I would say just lock up as many deals and JV them, right? A payday is a payday regardless. If you're not doing like PPL where you spend almost like $150 to $200 a lead, but if you're doing something cheaper like cold call or SMS, like just be happy with any type of money you walk away with. Just get the confidence of talking on the phone and let somebody else do the dispo, because talking on the phone if you want a contract is the hardest. And once you know your numbers, you're good. Like, but yeah, I mean, I would just say Tyler, JV, a 10 out of 10. I didn't do any work. The man did everything and walked. And team was amazing, responsive, updating me all the time. Very professional. So I can't say anything better about it.
Well, I'm glad we could take care of you, man. For any of you guys out there that are wanting to submit leads or deals that are already locked up, jvdeals.org. Okay, I'll leave it in the comments, plugged anywhere. It's also in all the links in my bio. All you have to do is submit the lead, the information. My team will reach out to you in a matter of 24 hours.